When my son's future girlfriend thinks she's his first kiss.
No, because keep that shit in Alabama. Because what do you mean when your daughter-in-law thinks she's your kid's first kiss? What do you mean by that? No. What do you mean by that? You trying to tell me you're trying to take your kid's first kiss? Huh? What's next? Their virginity? Oh, no. We can't have that. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, as we all know, we all love our mothers. And we also know our mothers love us. But some mothers are having trouble figuring out which type of love. Yeah, that's what we're reacting to today. That's right, guys. Today, we are watching TikTok boy moms are weird. Now, shout out to my mom. You know what I'm saying? She does a lot for me. So I owe her everything. But low-key, some moms aren't like that. You know, some moms, yo, they want you. You know what I'm saying? They have a whole ass husband, but they gonna fall for their son. That's crazy. That's crazy. But let's check it out.
TikTok boy moms need to be stopped. Oh boy, and this first frame already, mom and son.
Oh, what the hell?
You better take. You let me go. I promise to God.
Dude.
She promised God.
Dude.
Yo, gang, this is like a loving couple right here. You don't do this shit with your mom. What? Now, this might be Alabama. You know, because at least me, I don't think I'd ever pick up my mom like this. No.
Praise the Lord.
Bro's literally
I gotta
picking
say,
up his
mom and son already is. I just gotta say, this is.
Hell, she looks like she kissing.
I'm not gonna lie, very weird.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is nothing new in this modern age. The mom and son bond, how should I say this? The son-husband effect has been in full rage, and as you can see right here with this mom and son, I mean, they're not really beating the stereotypes.
Oh, and she kissing him? Oh, no.
Oh my God.
See? Even he's like, no, don't do that. Nah, deadass, some moms gotta be stopped. I cannot, yo, if I have a child and the mother is doing this to my child, and not me, yo, gang, I'm taking custody of my son. Full custody, we leaving. No, we can't be having none of this in my family.
I ain't watched this morning.
Listen, this is gotta be damn near incest at this point, man. This has gotta be incest.
Saying.
I mean,
like,
I get it.
Hell?
Moms love their sons, of course. This is just a natural bias that all women have towards their sons. Even I'm sure daughters out there with their moms can attest to this. Their mom most likely having more of a natural inclination towards her.
I mean, yeah, because like when I think about it, I think I'd have the same type of no, not the same type of love. No. All I'm trying to say is, as a father, I'd have more natural inclination towards my daughter compared to my son. The same way a mother with her son is more like a father with their daughter. Of course, I'm gonna love my children regardless. But, you know, it's that natural inclination. That's what I was trying to get at.
The boy moms, that's what they do. But I just gotta say, this is kind of weird. This is kind of going too far.
Weird.
Like, I always found it cringe when my mom tried to do this shit to me, especially as I got older. I get it, but at the same time, it's just like...
So apparently TikTok has an...
I don't think my mom ever did this to me. Like, yeah, she was affectionate, obviously, because a mom's always going to be affectionate. But I don't think it was ever to that point. You know, I think I'd give her hugs. And obviously... every time I'd go to bed, I'd give her like a kiss on the cheek and she'd give me a kiss on the forehead. But to me, that's like a greeting, you know, because whenever I go to Mexico, I greet my aunts too. I kiss their cheek as a greeting though. But maybe it's because I was born in a different culture where that's kind of seen more normal, where like kisses are for like formality, but obviously not in the mouth, you know. No, we don't do those in the mouth. No.
TikTok has an entire subculture of boy moms that are pretty weird. And when I say weird,
pretty weird, you say, Cameron. Pretty weird. Shout out to Cameron, by the way.
I mean weird with a capital W. These women have turned raising sons into their entire personality, and it's to the point where it's just straight up creepy.
Like, I understand you should be proud of raising your child. You know, if I have a son too, I'm gonna be happy. You know, if I have a daughter, I'm gonna want them, you know, I want to be proud of them, show them all, be like, look, this is my child. So I'm like, I don't really have a problem with you making it your whole entire life, because that's, you know, that's a good parent. You want to be in their life. But also, if it's getting to a point where you're basically putting him on the same level as your husband, I don't know if that's the best way to go about it. You know, sure, you gotta give both affection, both love, but it's a different love. You know, that's the one you want to keep. That's a different type of love. The one you want to give to your child is the one where it's like affectionate, you know, like a parent. Not Not no kisses in the mouth. Talking about so come here, let me tongue kiss you. That's good night. You know, you don't want to do those.
No, it's beyond creepy at this point. It's literal, like I won't say literal incest, but I mean like the aura. I'm getting the vibes. It's basically adjacent. Perpendicular is the word. This one mom uploaded a TikTok saying, "My son is so fine," with this crying emoji.
Look at this. Son's so fine. You can tell she messed up with this one because she turned the comments off.
Yo, when they turn the comments off, you all listen. She knows she's gonna get so much blowback, so much heat that she doesn't even want
like I said, I think it's fine if you want to say. I mean, fine is a little like that's a Gen Z type of wording, and I don't know if you want to put that with your child exactly, but I'm guessing she was trying to say like my son is so handsome. You know, that's understandable. You know, my mom's like, look at my son, he's so handsome. She's like, I don't think that's bad. Now, there's a reason why he put that in the video, so we're about to find out why she actually put fine on it. Quick intermission. Sorry guys, but we are so close to 900 subscribers, and I really want to be able to reach it. So I thought if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will shave my head. That's right, guys. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe. Anyways, back to the video.
There's the mom right there. Look at her. The son. Cute kid. Okay. My thing is, if you want to upload content of your children, that's okay.
That's like saying my son's
listen,
handsome.
every mom most likely is going to be, you know, fondled. Whoa, not fondled. I mean, fixated on their child. A Freudian slip from what I just saw earlier. Yeah. But I get it. Like, why are you, you know, titling your content, "My son is so fine"? Why can't you just say, "My son is so cute"? Like,
I mean, yeah, but I don't think this is as crazy as the other videos. You know, I don't think it's as crazy as, you know, grabbing your mom on the Duke Dennis hug and letting her kiss your cheek. That's not as bad. It's like saying my son is handsome. Like, yes, she could have used a different wording, but I understand what she was trying to do with this video. Now, as a baby saying handsome, I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. I'd call my son handsome and cute. You know, I don't think it is as bad as the others.
But I feel like there's a better word than the word fine to call your son. That word being handsome. Are we forgetting that handsome still works? Maybe she just didn't know a better word. I'm going to give her benefit of the doubt. But
she too much benefit. Too much benefit. You know, guys,
she could be
don't think you're prepared to see this clip here.
How much love he loves mom?
He looks like his mom a lot. You can tell. Dude, what the
Whoa!
That? Chris? What was that? Like, did she get... I get it, like, culturally, oh my god, Americans, why do you sexualize it? Look, listen, here in America, kissing your son, especially at this age, what is he, 16, 17 maybe, on the lips like this,
that is
I'm
not
going
cultural.
to assume that is what just happened. In this context, in the boy mom
I don't want to be that culture, that's okay. No, I'm gonna be kissing
baby right now, y'all. But when I find out he got a girlfriend,
oh my god, now she's talking jealous. About a girlfriend. Listen, you see what I'm talking about within this context.
Okay, to be fair though, like I said, this is natural. Every mother's gonna be some sort of way about their child dating. You know, the same way for me, once I have a daughter, you think I'm not gonna be like, so who's the boyfriend? I want to meet him. I need to know who he is. I need to let him know around this time you gotta be home. You know, in fact, I'm gonna put you in your room for 12 hours. I gotta monitor you. I gotta see where you're going. You know, obviously, every parent's gonna have that type of like, I don't know, my child, I don't know if I want you to date. But that's because they're being protective of that child. You know, it's not because they're being possessive or jealous. It's because it's just something that comes with, you know, the instincts. It's like, oh, I don't want my child to go away.
In this context, it's just weird.
No more kisses.
I mean, yeah,
no
with the context, it is
like,
weird.
what is she trying to get at here?
No more kisses.
That is my life, my heart.
Her light, her heart.
Oh,
okay.
That's my baby, y'all.
Oh hell no! I don't think I want my mom. Like, you know, like, come on. It's fine if you're saying it, like, oh, here's my heart, here's my love, but don't actually act on it. You know, I don't want, no. You know, it's fine if you say you love me as a son. That's fine. That's exactly what I want. Just say how you love me. That's all. I'll say I love you back. We don't need to, you know, add kisses or nothing else. We can add hugs, but no kisses.
Making sure my son can cook so he's not impressed by your daughter's Stouffer's lasagna. Teaching my son to cook so he's not impressed by your frozen pizza daughter. Like, I think it's great to teach your son how to cook. My mom taught me how to cook a few...
Listen, man, this is just competition. I've always...
Like, why though? Like, I don't know entirely if this is the right way to go. I mean, yes, it's good you're teaching your child how to cook. You know, that's good. You know, I love cooking now. Do I cook 5-star meals? No. But I'm good at making eggs and bacon. I'll tell you that. And pancakes. I just learned that too. But to say you don't want your child to be impressed by his girlfriend's cooking, I don't know. That's kind of like wouldn't you want to be more supportive? Maybe even invite the girlfriend over. Be like, hey, let's cook, let's see, and let them have fun. Let them cook together. Let him be impressed. I don't think that's a bad thing to be impressed by your girlfriend's cooking. I feel like that's fine.
I've always known there was like this subtle, implicit competition between mother and daughter, but now it's to the point to where mothers are competing with future girlfriends of their sons, and it's just like, why? Yeah, I don't want to make this weird. I don't want to, like, again, bring up the I word, but it's just like, you gotta let your children, your sons, grow and flourish if you're a TikTok or boy mom. TikTok boy mom is what they call it. These moms who have these unhealthy obsessions or relationships with their sons, they just stifle the growth of these young men from flourishing in the world, and it's weird. And then they get a girlfriend, they get married, and then the first thing they always default to is what their mom has to say. They gotta get mom's approval for this, mom's approval for.
It's just like that. Like, you can't be choosing, like, your mom gotta understand, when it comes to your girlfriend in marriage, you're gonna have to choose them over her. But that's just life. The same way she had to choose her husband over, her family. Or maybe that was different. But, I mean, you don't have to have a bad relationship with your parents. You can choose your wife over your family and still be good. Because your parents would understand. It's like, hey, yeah, that's how it goes. Like, for me, when I grow up, when I'm older, I don't want my son or daughter to choose me and my wife over his wife or her husband, Because if they're choosing us, it's like, okay, I understand you care about us. Thank you. But I worked this whole thing out. I made sure you were living stable, never had to worry about anything. So go live your life. I don't want to see you anymore, okay? Go have your kids. I want to see grandchildren. So to me, it's like holding them back, just having them all to yourself. And that's not something I want to do. Maybe it's because I'm seeing it from a dad perspective, even though I'm not a dad. I'm just seeing it like if I was a dad, maybe that's different from a mom. Maybe it's the maternal instincts that are what's causing all this. Maybe it's because dads tend to be not as, like, attached to the children. Well, I don't actually know that, but I'm just assuming.
Guys, that's not been a thing for most of human history. Men have flourished and they've grown past their moms, created their own families, and then they became the leaders of their families below that of their dad. And then when the dad passes away of old age, then they become the men of the family. They become the patriarchs. Now we just live in a world that's just topsy-turvy.
Now that you make posts like this, which these ones I just think they're disgusting. When my son's future girlfriend thinks she's his first kiss.
No, because keep that shit in Alabama. Because what do you mean when your daughter-in-law thinks she's your kid's first kiss? What do you mean by that? No. What do you mean by that? You trying to tell me you're trying to take your kid's first kiss? Huh? What's next? Their virginity? Oh, no. We can't have that. Maybe Alabama dudes gotta get nuked. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of it. Let's have them be a separate part of the U.S. Because I do not want to associate with that.
What do you mean by that? Like, when we talk about kissing, we're talking about romantically, even sexually, on the lips, tongue kissing. I'm sure many of us experienced with our girlfriends or,
No, I haven't experienced that yet. Let's just watch the video.
Disgusting, by the way. Holy shit. But why, again,
really?
See, there's no defense here. You could hire the world's best lawyers and attorney, like a whole law firm. They can't defend this. When my son's future girlfriend thinks she's his first kiss. Now, ma'am, what kind of kisses are you giving to your son is my question. She said, sorry.
Not just that, as a son, seeing the TikTok of your mom saying this, not just that, but as a husband, imagine your own wife talking about something. When your daughter-in-law thinks she's his first everything, but little does she know you're right here. Yo, gang, if I'm scrolling on her TikTok and I see that shit, wallahi, I'm getting the divorce papers and taking custody of my child, making sure she has no visitation hours, none of that.
She said, sorry, not sorry, can't take that away from me. Like, this is what the
catfishing your son just for the hell of it. When your son starts crying, but you and his daddy don't play that. If you know, you know. Sorry, son.
What? Well, I don't even know what this means.
Okay, this one isn't even like just a boy mom.
Explain this to me.
Like, just seems like a weird family. God forbid a baby cries. Like, is it soft for babies to cry now? Maybe I missed the latest patch notes on the world, but like, I guess babies crying is just soft. Why are you crying?
As somebody who is going to raise their child on like not very strict, but like I want discipline, because from what I've learned from my life is discipline is what gets me to do things. Obviously, I'm not going to go hard on the child if I don't have to, but I want to install discipline since she's a child in the beginning. So trying to say that it's soft to let a baby cry, I don't think that's true. Because babies naturally cry regardless of what you do. They're always going to cry. They're always going to want. And it's just something you got to deal with it. You know, you just gotta let them cry, help them, you know, comfort them, move on until they're old enough, until, you know, they're learning new stuff, you start introducing other things. But crying is natural for a child. If the child is not crying, there must be something wrong, actually. Now, obviously, I don't know any about that. You know, I'm just a 20-year-old single guy. I've never had experience. No, I do. I got nephews and nieces. You know, I got experience with children. And that's where I learned most of this, you know? So I'm not experienced, but I know sorta enough, hopefully. Any parents, let me know in the comments below if I'm saying anything or follow up anything I say, you know. Make sure we educate the rest of the people and correct me if I'm wrong.
Why are you crying when you just came out the womb 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, literally.
Bears.
That's soft now, right? Son's supposed to pop out the womb as a full grown ass man with a goatee, a mustache, the whole 9 yards.
That's how
a
came
whole
out,
house,
actually.
a Mercedes-Benz, a 6-figure job. I mean,
Never mind,
she
I'm not
said,
rich.
tell me you're a boy mom without telling me you're a boy mom. Oh boy, guys, I just saw this clip. You're not ready for it. Here it is.
Bye, I love you.
Whoa.
See you, bro. Bye,
Bruh.
mommy.
So there's no defense.
You let your own child do this. And not me. And not me. Now, in all seriousness, like, it's fine if your child is oblivious to the action. You know, it's fine if it's a baby just hitting it because he's hitting it. But when your child, like, when you're installing that into your child where it's like, later mom, that's something different. You know, that's something completely different. That child is gonna know what the action is doing. He's gonna start putting that as a goodbye, and the older he gets, the more he's gonna do it. As a husband, I would have to feel away. I would have to step in and be like, no. And that's usually reserved for me. Or if it's as a joke, occasionally have it as a joke. But if the child is still small and very oblivious, you know, the rest is up to me. That I have to be the one to do it. No child should be like this with their mother. I don't believe that's how you want to raise your children.
And I'm not going to exaggerate and, you know, do the whole YouTuber crazy voice, but this is literally, like, as Cameron said, disgusting. For those of
This
you
is
who are listening and not watching, basically this mom in this kitchen is cooking. Her ass is pointed towards the camera. I don't know what she's chopping
Mind
up
you,
something on the stove.
She probably sat there and said, okay, honey, the first thing you're going to do is once the oldest one hit it, you're going to hit the next one, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. I don't know if I could make this type of TikToks with my mom. I did as don't think I could. If she ever told me, okay, this is the TikTok we're going to do, I'm telling her right now, right there, I'm not gonna lie, mom. I can't be claiming you as my mother. I gotta go.
But she's chopping up something on the stove or whatever.
Now, if I was
and
a husband,
the
I'd
husband comes
understand
out, he
doing the whole
slaps the mom's
goodbye like
ass.
that. You know what I'm
The
saying? That's
oldest
good
son
case.
comes out, slaps his
But
mom's
as a
ass.
son,
The second oldest son comes out. So it's a family full of men, boys, with one woman who's the mom.
that's bad.
Second oldest son comes out, slaps his mom's ass, and then the youngest
She's like,
one
that kid looks like he's more
does
oblivious.
the
He's
same,
doing it 'cause
guys.
that's what he was told. It's
What
not
are we
that he
doing? This is
knows what he's
this is a modern family here. The epitome of modern family. Like I again, there's no defense for any of this.
Your say, damn, your mama fine.
See, I don't even want to bring up stereotypes in this video, but you guys have eyes.
That's what you gonna do?
She said if someone approaches her, you know, let me actually replay the clip so you
Like, why would you even install that type of scenario into your child? He's so small, he don't even know what you're saying. He's just shooting the gun because he has a gun. You know, he's just trying to play. And you over here talking about what would you do if somebody else called your mom fine? It's the same type of saying of like, what would you do if a guy slapped your girl's ass? Obviously, that scenario almost never happens. Now, sure, statistically, it somehow happened. Realistically, it wouldn't happen to you. So saying stuff like that, it's like putting scenarios into your child's brain that he shouldn't probably have to even think about it. Like, that's gross. And now, when he thinks about it, you installed it to a point where if somebody does call her fine, let's say they're making a joke, right? Oh, your mom is so, you know, me and your mom did this. Now he's gonna get mad because he doesn't recognize it as a joke. Sure, some jokes like that, you know, they weren't the coolest. Once they overdid the your mom jokes, you kind of got it over with. You know, like, you knew it was a joke. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, they're words. But in this child, if they joke about his mom, they say this about his mom. Now she's installed that inside of his son to fight. And now he's probably going to end up fighting the child. And that's only going to get him more joked on. Because they're going to be like, oh, he couldn't take the mom jokes. And now that's, you know, it's going to be bad for the kid.
We've seen a whole bunch of weird families in this video. We've seen a whole bunch of weird TikTok boy moms. This right here is just dangerous because you're now training your son, whether she's joking or not, to shoot people who may in the future potentially call his mom attractive. Like, this isn't funny at all. And she's jumping up and down. Like,
this is terrible. And I think the weirdest thing about this is how she's like encouraging this. She's encouraging her son to shoot other people just because they called his mom attractive. She's acting like this is cute. This isn't cute at all. This
no,
disgusting.
To these, a lot of women like this, it is cute. They want their sons to grow up to be violent thugs who perpetuate a specific stereotype that will inevitably get them locked up in prison. Then they'll blame the system, right? No, but it was you raised your son to be like that.
Mama's boy.
Forever mama's boy. Like and you could tell she's a young mom too, right? Can't be older than 24. Like, this is so weird, bro. Dog, this is so, oh my God. See, when I tell you guys, and see how,
like, yo, your son don't even look like he want to be here. Yo, he's trying to go back to watching Five Nights at Freddy's 3D animations. Look at him. He looked like you went to his room, son. Can you do this TikTok with me? And he's like, sure. And he's there trying to wait for the timer to go off. He's trying to go back to Five Nights at Freddy's. He's trying to see Puppy Playtime. Let him go.
Oh, this is so, oh my God. See, when I tell you guys, and see how this type of behavior spans across all ethnicities, all like backgrounds, and
it must be like a mom
like
thing.
it doesn't
has
matter
to be
the
those
culture.
maternal instincts.
Women just have this implicit bias towards their sons. I'm not saying there isn't like a comparable equivalent to their daughter.
Now she is bad, so as a husband, I had to step up. It's like, hey, you want to do those TikToks? You got to do it with me.
Daughters, I haven't seen it. Maybe they exist.
Yeah,
You'll more see that type of behavior from the father to his daughter, daddy's little girl. Girl dad type cringe content we've seen before. But this is just,
I don't want to end up like this. Deadass, I don't. I'm gonna love my children regardless, but I don't think I can end up doing these type of TikToks. If we end up doing TikToks, it gotta be something else. It gotta be something fun. It gotta be either a dance. It gotta be, something else. I don't want to end up like one of these people with my children. No. I want them to be raised right.
because dads are not doing this type of creepy, depraved sexual shit. Not that I've seen. I'm sure there are cases out there. But generally speaking, with their daughters.
It looks like you're about to kiss way too close to that little boy. Yo, take a few steps back, James Harden, step back.
You see? Before we even go any further, this is why, this is why certain sons will grow up and have these weird sexual thoughts about their moms or older women, right? This is why MILF content is a thing. This is why, cougar things are so big in the,
Okay, let's go get something to eat. What do you mean?
Hey, I used to like older women too, like a lot.
Nah, I still do. I say that shit to any ladies out there. Anything above 19, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. Type shit down.
Why you think my
But I never went through anything like that. So. Or maybe I don't know. Never mind.
Stop! I haven't even took a shower yet. What you mean you don't care if it's musty, babe? Be back.
And she's saying all this with her son, like, next to her filming. And look how many likes this has, by the way. The fact that people support this shit, like,
Stop.
Your son is in your car and you're role playing as if someone, I hope it's not your son, is taking your pants off. You're disgusting. This woman is weird.
listen, man. I'm with Cameron on this one. You guys don't think I'm serious when I say this is absolutely vile to me. This is sick,
I'm serious
because
I'm
you guys,
about this
I don't know, expect like crazy reactions,
like
but no, when I'm this calm, I'm genuinely disgusted. I genuinely am. Upon further digging from another video, the weird.
Oh my God, we're going reaction for reaction with reaction with this one.
This mom and son wall sit challenge.
Dog.
Who's created these challenges? Deadass. Who's creating these challenges? I need to meet them in person. I need to know who's making these challenges. Who said, yeah, do this with your son? Make him sit down and you sit on his lap. What? No, we can't have that.
Just imagine yourself. I'm not going to imagine myself.
Nope.
You doing this with your mom. This wall sit challenge. And her agreeing to it and you agreeing to this. And the rationale behind this, this is just 9, 12, 24 levels deep of just depravity, degenerate, incest, sweet home Alabama type behavior.
Keeping all those challenges in Alabama.
That's part of the trend, do you, I guess. But again, it's nice to have some boundaries. And this next clip is when things really start getting weird. So her husband walks up and smacks her butt, which I mean,
we already saw that.
Here is like the most disgusting clip ever. This mom literally records herself throwing it back on her son.
You see how these creators have to actually mute it for copyright, but they have to blur the screen too because it's that disgusting, and YouTube would likely,
like I know I said it a lot, and it's true though. If I ever end up catching my wife doing this, like, we gotta have a serious talk, because what are you doing? I guess you're having fun, but don't do stuff like this with my child. We have a child for a reason, and it's not to do this. You can post them on TikTok, yes, you can, show them off, do whatever you want, but not this. You should be doing the whole, like, maybe skits with the son, maybe a dance with him in the background, or him trying to dance with you. Not this type of dances. but you know, something more child friendly, because that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm semi child friendly. Yes, I watch videos like this and I talk about other things and I say some other things that aren't really child friendly, but once I really have a child and you know, maybe they want to watch my videos, you know, of course I'm gonna have to switch it up to a little bit more child friendly. I'm not gonna say too many things like I do now. I'm not gonna, maybe I'll still react to it. Actually, I'll probably just send them to my gaming channel. I feel like I'm just gonna do that. I don't want to have to change all of that just for him. But obviously, I'm not gonna be cussing at the house. You know, I don't cuss in this house either. You know, with my mom here, I don't do it here. I do it outside when I'm with my friends, and I didn't hear. No, she's gonna beat my ass if I do in here.
The kid can't be more than 2 years old, and she's twerking in his face like
He
they're at a
doesn't
strip
even
club or
know
something.
anything.
Then she came out and
And
said
when she
this.
received backlash for her
Look at this.
actions, this is what she had to say.
Y'all mad I'm dancing on my son, but for why?
Excuse me, ma'am. Why? Yeah, guys, boys, let's send her to the gulag.
Yeah.
Send her ass to
Put her ass
Azkaban and
next
never
to
let
FC
her see the day of
Dash.
light ever again. And then here we have this famous clip of a little boy crying after seeing mom twerking at his party, right? This one was kind of weird, but it's kind of on topic.
Oh,
Chris, blur that.
hell.
Now look at the...
Oh, hell.
Now, still,
Like, you just traumatized that kid. You know how embarrassing it's gonna be, especially because they got it on film? Yo, I did not even want to claim this was me or my mother. Dead ass. Like, you just ruined this poor child's, you know, whole life, probably. Like, a child doesn't want to see that. Nobody does. If you're gonna be in one of these type of events with your child, be professional. Don't do stuff like this. If you're a single mom, you can have fun, but not that type of fun. You can talk to other people, other men, you know, oh, hello, you know, this is that. Oh, this is my son. You know, be professional in a professional setting. You guys have suits. If your son is here, you know, it's probably a graduation. This is probably a party for somebody. You don't want to be doing stuff like this, you know, in front of them. Sure, you can do that. You know, you can live your life however you want, but do that outside when the child, you know, when you're not near the child. You're a parent first and then you're you later. You gotta prioritize the child, and that's how I see things. It's like, okay, if I did this, how would this impact this person? Oh, if I did this, how would that make me look in their eyes? You know, that's kind of how I move. And I would definitely not be doing stuff like this with my child. Like, if I somehow miraculously left my house and somehow went to the club, you know, now will I let girls get on my body? Of course, you know. Well, actually, if I'm married, I'm loyal. I wouldn't even be in that scenario. But if I wasn't, you know, I'm single again, but I bring my child, let's say, to a party, right? But girls are on my body, obviously I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to be like, oh, you know, yeah, let's, you know, we can talk. Oh, you want to dance? Oh, you know, I'm looking for my son. You know, I don't want my child to be my priority throughout the party. Now, obviously, if they're watching my child, let's say I take it to like a babysitter, then yeah, you know, I can go have my fun. But obviously, the child's still gonna be my mind. We got to think about that. We got to think how our actions impact our children.
he has such an effect, but I get it, because clearly this guy who his mom was twerking on is not his dad. So it's a real strange dynamic here, but watch what happens.
It's not strange. It's not strange to defend your mom from, you know, doing stuff like this. If you saw your mom talking to another man that wasn't your dad, or, you know, dancing with another man that wasn't your dad, would you not want to be like, hey, that's not right? You know, you taught me all this, but you're not practicing it yourself? You know, I wouldn't want that type of stuff to happen to my dad. Of course, I'd be protective of my dad. You know, I'd do anything to stop my mom from, you know, trying to mess with him and stuff like that. And likewise, you know, if my dad messing with, you know, talking to this other, I'll be like, no. He has a wife. I have a mother. You know, I'm making sure that lady knows, because I'm about to say, hey, this bastard right here, that's my father, and he has a wife. You know, you should be protecting him. So I don't think that's too crazy.
Watch what happens. It's like his mom just betrayed him by twerking on another man.
Yeah.
Dancing with his mom.
Like, he's so disappointed. Like, she just betrayed. Like, they're actually in a. Oh my.
No, that's not it. Maury, you're seeing too much into it. This is a child clearly being like, what the hell are you doing to my mom? And then he's also about to be like disappointed in his mom, because it's like, what the hell were you doing with this guy? You know, nobody, like I said, no child wants to see this. So Maury, you're getting this wrong. I'm actually seeing how this kid feels, and it's not in any weird way towards his mother.
Look. He's gonna start crying. Look at this.
I mean, yeah.
Why would you?
Like,
why would
that's
you
traumatic
do that
for a
to
kid.
me?
Like, a lot of people don't be believing me when a child can be easily traumatized. Anything can actually traumatize them. I guarantee you, this is gonna hurt him till the day he finally leaves her. when he's finally off doing something good, it's gonna hurt in that heart every time he remembers that moment. Because not only are you embarrassing him, now he has all these cameras and he's like, damn, I thought as a mother you were better. You know, I thought as a mother you wouldn't do stuff like this. You know, because he put you in such a stool because you're the parent. You know, he trusts you in all this, but now he's seeing the way you really act, and it's like, this is not the parent I grew up with. You know, this is not my mom. That's the type of look and type of feeling he's getting. Now, is that true? I don't know. I'm just assuming.
This right here, I don't know what's happening at home, but this is yet again an unhealthy relationship. Maybe it's just embarrassing because, again, you don't want your mom to be acting like a hoe, like, you know, out in public on camera to someone who's not your own dad. Like, I get it. It is poor kid. Look at the mom like, boy, you don't. Poor kid. I will say though, it was incredibly strange to do this in front of your son.
What I say?
You know, yeah, it's just, yeah, the male psychology. We don't want to see our moms or sisters, anybody we actually love, do this in front of us. It's just much like a father seeing his son or his daughter
like as a
do
brother,
this.
I would have to step in for my sister. I'm like, no, I can't be seeing you do this. If you're at the club, you're not going. You know, stop doing that bullshit. You know, it's just like the protective dynamic. It's not because we have a weird dynamic. It's just because it comes with being like a brother. You know, especially as an older brother, you want to protect that younger sibling. You know, your parents leave you in charge because of this. You know, sometimes when your dad is at work, it's like, hey, he's kind of leaving you to take care of your mom. You know, that's the type of, oh, I'm trying to protect her type of dynamic you have. So it's not weird. You know, Maury's getting it wrong. At least for me, I'm not seeing it as weird. I'm seeing it as like protecting. Yeah,
a son seeing his mom do this is kind of, yeah, like I would never want to see my mom doing this. Like it just, the thought is disgusting. Yeah.
Now that is the end of the video. You guys let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. And if you're a parent, let me know any of that stuff and how we can possibly avoid that. And if you're a mother, specifically a mother, let me know if you guys know the psychology on why it happens. Do you feel a certain way towards your son? You know, maybe as a father, do you feel a certain way towards your daughter? Is it maybe some like a parental instinct? Let me know all that in the comments below because I'm very interested, you know, why it happens. And if you guys enjoyed, and you guys want to see some more, make sure you guys like and subscribe so you guys can continue seeing more and you join my great group of people. You know what I'm saying? These people, they are going to raise their children the right way. And if they do have children, they are raising them the best way. You know, I will provide them with everything they need. I will make sure they have a happy relationship with every member of their family, their children, their husbands, their wives, anybody, you know what I'm saying, and they will live happily ever after. So if you want to be able to join them, make sure you subscribe. Anyways, my mom is just about to arrive from Mexico by the time I'm recording this video, so I'm gonna go and surprise her, and she brought me stuff, you know, some souvenirs, so I can't wait. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.